bring up at least a challenge to our Dragon X squad as we look towards the quarterfinals. And to get there, we need to jump into Champion Select for Game 1.
Yep, and here we go. LeBlanc card going to be taken off the board, followed up by an Aatrox somewhere. LS Smiles.
Thank goodness.
To see if the Olaf can be tacked onto that list as well.
Well, I don't think it's going to make it to the ban list, but in theory, we might see it just not picked.
The list of just not being picked.
Yeah.
So
please
Aurelia.
be absent is the question that we're asking here. Has played Asper as far as support champions that Asper's picked up. He's been jumping on the Tahm Kench and the Blitzcrank, very similar to something that Gen G really does like to play. Asper formerly of Gen G, and in fact Hanwha Life, but only ever playing in the sub role, finally, on a starting roster here for Spear Gaming. Ah, that Lucian ban cropping up yet again.
Yep, well, it does get banned away, but also the Misfortune is banned by Spear, so they're trying to get that out of the hands of Deft. We did see him play that, I believe, in Game 1 of his last series, and was utterly dominant on that pick. Of course, as you would anticipate, Varus was what we saw from him in Game 2, so he still does have that Varus that he can go to, depending on what Spear's first pick is going to be. And Akali will be the final ban in the first phase. Syndra's made it through, and Spear Gaming go ahead and lock that down for themselves. It's going to go to the mid lane here for Chassis.
Yeah.
Or Chester, whichever you want to say.
Yeah, I liked that LS came up with the old Chester last time out. I like it. Chasey. I like Chasey as well because...
Chasey, Chassis.
I know you guys call it Tag in America, right?
Yeah.
Like the kids game.
Yeah.
We called it Chasey.
Chasey.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because you chase them around.
Makes sense.
You know?
I can see the logic behind it.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess we're more focusing on the journey rather than the destination with our naming convention of that particular schoolyard game. However, that Varus you were talking about is going to be locked away. I'd like to see just Thresh alongside it. I thought that the Varus Thresh from Dragon X was utterly dominant in that game, especially when there was some irrelevant top side of the map.
Okay.
But Pyosik is going to lock away the Lee Sin. No worries when it comes to the Olafs, because of course the Lee Sin's just going to be locked in over the top of it, so don't need to even consider that pick, and the Rek'Sai is going to be that option. The matchup that Clid was pretty vocal about not enjoying in our previous series, but he was able to navigate it in the end. Some of those kicks that he was able to show us as well. Pyosik certainly has his work cut out for him based on the expectations of Lee Sin play today.
Absolutely. Let's see where Spear want to go.
And looking at this, it's very standard on Dragon X's side. I'd expect a support to be locked in, but we've got both solo lanes, in theory, blocked away by Spear. Jaguar doesn't necessarily jump off the page as being a mage player, bottom side of the map, but if you're against a matchup like this against Dragon X, who are theoretically so far and away ahead of you as far as skill level, mixing it up in the draft is actually a really good way of possibly throwing a cheeky spanner in the works. So we'll see exactly what does happen when it comes to where these champions are going, as that's an Ornn.
That is an Ornn. Indeed it is.
Doran was sitting behind Sword for too long. He's now caught the Ornnitis.
Oh boy.
Unless Ornn is in the support position.
Wonderful.
That's lovely.
Somebody needs to redo the GIF of the crabs dancing, but instead just put his face on there.
Yep, we just need Doran on there. Sounds brilliant.
Well, we do have the Pyke and the Tahm Kench banned away. We saw phenomenal support performance from Keria in his last series, just nailing hooks left, right, and center. So we'll see if something like the Thresh or the Leona will make it through the draft here for him, or if Spear are going to try to take that off the board. Xayah now going to be banned out, so just trying to limit the options for Jaguar here.
Yeah.
As far as ADCs that can put up with being laned against a Varus.
You got the expectation, certainly not on a Senna being picked up or anything like that, or the Syndra being flexed towards the bottom side. Just shows that Deft not too worried about a Senna pickup. Feels like he can possibly run that matchup as this Varus pick that he's thrown together. No misfortunes available, of course, as far as the response. And speaking of responses, let's see what Dragon X does. Now, with a pretty slim support pool, Braum would be a comfortable choice, and the third unique champion to come out here for Keria in 3 games is going to be the Braum, but not exactly a unique pick when it comes to the bottom side of the map. I'm a little bit upset, because I thought Keria was mechanically very, very strong, and Braum, it's not, you know, looking for skill expression. You're not going to get gigantic amounts of that.
I think this is mostly just as a takeaway pick because given the limited options that Spirit Gaming do have, the Braum would have been a very nice defensive choice to block out the arrows and you know, mitigate a lot of damage coming through from that Varus from the Ornn as well. So they take it away, and it can still work a treat with its shield to try to mitigate some damage from a potential Yuumi. We saw that flash for the moment to back up this Kai'Sa that has since been locked in.
I was getting some flashbacks of Lehends from yesterday, absolutely schooling KT on his Yuumi, but it's going to be the Blitzcrank that's locked away. Asper going to be trying to find Hook City, Hook Nirvana on the bottom side of the map against Dragon X's theoretically most powerful lane in a lot of senses, especially as far as years are concerned on that team. Deft clocking up so many more than his teammates.
Yes, indeed. Blitz locked in. Saw Asper play this just a couple days ago. Wasn't the most impactful, and okay, yeah, it seems like this will be the case. So Fiora going to be locked in.
Is Chovy
but
playing
does Chovy go on?
Is that a thing that's happening?
He's a bit of a mad lad. And
is that why? Is that why we've been seeing the Ornn bans? Is that why the cheeky Ornn ban came out in our previous series? Let me just, I'll do some scouting. You go ahead.
I don't understand.
Well, you get to build Deft items, which certainly sounds good to me. I can understand why he would work.
I get that.
In a holistic sense.
I'm just wondering how you pilot this versus a Syndra, because it will indeed be the Ornn for Chovy here.
Well, Chovy is currently ranked 76. And as far as his solo queue account that I can find in Challenger...
I'm going to guess that he's not playing much Ornn in solo queue right now.
Yeah, he ain't. In fact, not a whole lot of games here, to be perfectly honest. We've got 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 games over the past week. So he has got a secret account that he's been possibly Ornning on.
Or... no. He's never played it before. This is the first time. I'm going to go with that one because it sounds much more exciting. But Ornn mid... a pick certainly out of left field here for Dragon X. CV Max being the mad scientist yet again. Let's see if it's going to pay off for Dragon X as we jump onto the rift for game number 1. Somebody counted down.
Yeah.
But no one's doing the cheer. Yeah, there we go.
All right.
Well, okay, we'll ignore that.
I feel like we got like a couple of different tries there.
Cloud Temple is making jokes about it right now.
Yeah,
he's saying like, well, that was a little disappointing.
Yep.
Doran gonna have to run away.
Ooh, ships in the night. We'll spot them here.
There is a crank a-coming.
We've had 3 different Mordekaiser skins in a row, actually.
Oh my god.
I know, I'm keeping track on that more than anything else, but Lord Mordekaiser looks pretty cool after the rework. Looks way less Sauron than the original looked, though. The original was like absolutely Sauron ripoff, but this one not so much.
Wingnut Films and Tolkien's estate had to make an inquiry with
I think so. I think so. I think even Weta Digital got into it as well. And just everyone that was affiliated just got the lawsuits out, so we had to completely remake Mordekaiser. For the better, by the looks, from everything else.
How long do they stick with this?
I don't know. Oh, I just wanted Kerry to just blind flash into the brush. It feels like he would be the guy to do that.
Well, instead it's just going to be an invade on the red buff. You see Asper pushing his way up. He's going to be spotted. And says, you know what? Hey, look, they're over there. So they'll be perfectly aware that this red steal is happening, and already starting on the top side of the map for Winter, so we'll be able to rotate over into the enemy jungler and likely take away the red buff as well.
Yep, and this is, of course, the lovely Unsealed Spellbook Ornn. It's one of those times where we really start to miss our friend Last Shadow, who is a giant fan of Unsealed Spellbook Ornn, mostly in the jungle on his side, but he would certainly have some words for this particular matchup. Nick, if you're watching, good luck in your Twitter competition. Make sure you guys hop on over to Twitter and give him a vote. Otherwise, LS, if you are there, let us know what you think of this Ornn mid decision from Chovy, as this bottom lane from Spear Gaming is getting zoned away from these minions. Both of them just hanging out behind their melee creep so that they can't get hooked.
Yep, already being very well played by the Dragon X bot lane.
So this is how Deft plays almost every single lane. He's very, very aggressive these days. Is that force of will? Man, I thought Ornn was fatter than that. Apparently not. He's done some working out in the off-season thus far, apparently. As Doran just trying to go aggressively here. We've seen this counter matchup so many times. The Fiora into the Mordekaiser. Basically, you just can't press E as Mord because Riposte is there. And so Death's Grasp, you ain't grasping nothing. Winter might be
careful, though. Yep, well, there you go. Grasp not going to connect. Winter's still biding his time. Has that red buff? Knows that there is a ward in that brush, and now we'll start wrapping around. The tunnel going to be coming through. Doran, how does he want to try to get out of this one? The pop-up will come through. Going lower and lower. Riposte going to connect. Managed to get the stun flash over the wall. We'll take down the tunnel. Very nicely done. Pulling off that flash, so Doran does escape.
Yeah, very, very smooth. Loved the use of the Riposte at the very end there, and the fact that he sidestepped it was really strong. There's the tower. From Deft. Yeah, didn't have turret aggro until the very end, so only takes 1 or 2 turret shots, but still, no flash, no heal, no exhaust on Keria. This is bad news, Bears. Just that stray rocket grab. Catching Deft, napping a little bit. Pyosik here towards the bottom side.
Very dangerous. They trade back nicely and some damage over onto Jaguar, but they're not able to get anything other than that cleanse off of him, so Flash is still going to be available. So Varus is going to be that much more susceptible to ganks and to further hooks, and that he doesn't have any sort of escape or even the move speed from that heal coming through.
Winter spots a ward over here as he's going to continue clearing out his jungle. On the top side is Wolfcamp about to respawn, as Pyosik did head back to base. Doesn't quite have his Caulfield's Warhammer, but a couple of long swords to get him further forward. That's a cheeky rejuve bead. This might be a hard farming Lee Sin build with the Titanic Hydra. Sorry, with the at least first portion. I don't know how I
go
for
Tiamat.
I think Tiamat. Tiamat is what I'm looking for, but my brain just didn't find it. Mostly because we haven't spoken about it after it got increased in price for so many junglers. Not even, you know, the favorite users of that particular item is Asper.
I think he might have actually
built the gas.
I think he might have actually built the Tiamat on his
in his first game. I was actually thinking
series.
About that.
I'm pretty sure that he did indeed do that. So it seems like that's his preferential path.
Move. I'm a Tiamat jungler.
Winter making some moves down towards the bottom side. Have that control ward thrown in, but given the size of the wave, it's just going to be a pullback here for Deft and Keria. Not going to be overstepping.
Yep, double culls for both of these 80 carries, but you can see Deft still with an 11 CS advantage as these minion waves do reset. Towards the middle of this lane, Chovy has decided to go back. Of course, he had the option of just building his items in lane, but the Catalyst now completed, as Chovy looks like he will be heading towards his Mask as the first item. And of course, upgrading that is a huge favorite for the Ornn. So, looking to be pretty tanky as this game starts, especially to the damage that Chasey's going to be offering towards him. And Chovy has this weird knack, right, of just constantly being ahead in farm no matter what the matchup is. It just straight up doesn't matter. As Spear Gaming now starting off the Ocean Drake. Pyosik is down here, misses the Q.
Yeah, we'll just have to let this one go. The hook not going to connect either, but
Ornn
comes in Ornn. Looking for the knock-up, manages to find 2, but now the TP going to be coming out. Destroy arriving, looking to cut off Chovy. Get the drag back. Yep, Death Realm will be coming in. Turret just going to be taking a little bit of a shot there as Chovy's going to be dancing in front of the tower. Meanwhile, back down into the bot lane. Flash going to be forced out here onto Asper. Pyosik chases forward. Stun going to be coming in, but the piercing air comes out from Deft. Just the tip, taking down the Blitzcrank, and Pyosik going to be go ahead and backing away. Winter arriving, now going to be stunned up. Rain of Arrows comes down. Deft looking for the kill, but Jaguar going to manage to find it. And now Keria left out to dry, will not be able to escape, will be taken down. It's a double kill for Jaguar, 2-1 in favor of Spear Gaming.
Yeah, in the end, advantage for Spear Gaming as Dragon X just went a little too far forward. Deft, unfortunately, not able to get that last auto attack to finish off the kill, but great baiting and a good teleport there from Chasey as well to make sure that he had the mana to get down there and pick up the kill. So as the dust settles, checking in on what actually eventuated. Doran left towards the top side was actually feeling better. And let's have a look at this replay here of what exactly happened towards the bottom side. To start all of that, it's Pyosik landing a cheeky little Q And then Keria he spreads all of his auto attacks around to the point where he's just basically got those concussive blows ready on almost anyone, and then Pyosik stays here to try and bait everyone in. As, oh my goodness, Deft almost goes for that last auto to stun up Jaguar, and was unable to actually do so, meaning that that last Q was able to go off. So maybe a little bit of a mistake, but hindsight is, of course, 20/20. And Chovy is going to be taking down a Rift Scuttler, and he's just plowing through minions all over this map. Almost has that Abyssal Mask complete.
Yep, 20 CS up over top of Chester.
Yeah, Chester unfortunately was roaming around the map a little bit, as Doran seems to just not really care about pressing riposte because he doesn't feel like he needs to.
He'd just rather keep the mana.
Yeah, and keep the cooldown.
He's not worried about the damage. He's got double Dorans and a refillable potion.
Yeah,
it's gonna be all right.
And he already is Doran.
That's true.
He already owned those swords, I think. He was much trolled by Vision there a little bit on Chase's side, but he manages to get the auto in the end.
A much-needed blue buff.
Yes.
Dangerously Jump over the wall. Going to be looking for the push down here towards the bot side of the map, but there's 2 control wards on the way, so Asper and Jaguar already peeled well enough back. We'll just go ahead and give up a plate there on that tier 1 tower, but they keep themselves alive, and that's the most important thing.
Yeah, complete vision available there as that control ward in the Brambleback pit was giving him all that information. Nice move by Winter here to identify that Pyosik was bottom side of the map. Might be able to put some pressure onto Doran here, but it didn't work the first time, and that flash is now available again, so maybe a little bit late getting up towards punishment of the Fiora. Watching Deft and Keria, doesn't seem to bother them too much that they fell down. And our first blood did, of course, go over to Deft, despite 2 extra kills being delivered to his opposite number.
Very true. And you can see, though, BF sword there for Jaguar. So the trades do favor him just a little bit.
Yeah, it looks like Deft wasn't really able to finish off too much after he went home the last time.
Ooh,
we're
zooming out. Any zoomers in chat?
Yeah, why were we zooming? Why are we zooming so hard?
Because they have the power.
Maybe I just don't understand. Maybe I'm too much of a boomer to understand the zoomer.
I think that they just have the ability to zoom out, and they're like, look what we can do.
Yeah. Maybe the Korean casters are talking about, we haven't had a zoom in a while.
Yeah.
So they just showed them. Jonas Strong, of course, is in the building on the observations. I believe our mate Suntoon also there.
Whoop.
Chasey's going to spot out Pyosik here, but get absolutely no stuns with the Scat of the Week.
Yep, and Chovy's walking his way over. Ornhorn ready to go, so it seems like Rift Herald just going to be picked up for free here by Dragon X. Will help them stretch the lead that they have. Despite the double kill going over to Jaguar, they have maintained gold control given just the sheer CS numbers between the mid and the top lane, as well as the turret plates that they've been able to scoop up so far. Push up to the top side, 4 members here. Rift Herald going to be summoned out, you would anticipate, by Pyosik, and there you have it. Now Destroy going to have to try to defend. There's no TP up for Chasey at the moment, so cannot chime in with the rest of his squad to try and defend this tower.
Yep, I actually really like what they've done here because, of course, Chovy in the mid lane is basically immovable. The Bellows Breath is just so strong, especially exactly like demonstrated just there about getting out of the hook.
Come on.
Oh my goodness, Chasey just can't land anything on him.
Chovy is just disgustingly good.
Look, it's what I was talking about, right? On, obviously, like, you know, just a little bit skinnier than normal, and also has them moves as well. Damn.
He was following that that top lane stump diet plan.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
Fresh line could get around the side of that.
Yep.
Just thin it out, you know.
It's the next big thing, the next big diet.
For anyone who didn't watch Game 1, that was the most confusing sentence that I have ever said.
Well,
but,
it was based on a dredge line finding its way through the forest, indeed, one could say. Nice work live in our previous series.
Well, that will be the first tower of the game.
Yeah, Dragon X just brute forcing it, close to 1,000 gold in the lead now. Despite having a few whoopsies and being behind in kills, albeit by 1, this is feeling like another day at the office for the Dragon X squad.
It was a rough start to the day. You know,
yeah.
they didn't. They wanted decaf, but they got caffeinated, so things got they got the jitters, but the jitters.
And remember, a lot of young players here, you know,
Yeah.
so the caffeine, they may not necessarily have built up the level of tolerance perhaps gentlemen like ourselves may have done.
I've destroyed my tolerance to caffeine.
I know, I basically don't have any
It
anymore.
doesn't do anything for me.
Yeah, I can drink like a whole bunch of Red Bull and then just go to bed.
I was
go
drinking.
to sleep
I'm
and it's
drinking
totally
one now.
fine. Oh my goodness, but it's so late.
I mean, I'm
Naughty
drinking
boy.
an unbranded energy drink.
Yeah, I was gonna say actually. I mean, the sponsorship needs to come in. I recently did a gig for Red Bull. Actually, I should talk to them.
You did.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why didn't you
Good
bring me
times.
any free Red Bull, Max?
I should have. Actually, I think I brought a couple because they had some League of Legends branded ones. It was actually
Oh,
kind of sick. We
that's
did.
nice.
Stop talking about this. So I feel like
we
Hot Six is
gotta
going to come
balance
up
it
to
out.
us.
We
And,
gotta
yeah,
talk
where's the
about
Hot Six,
now.
please God? We used to be sponsored by them. We should have some material. Where is it?
Yeah. A bunch of the people in the audience just looked at us when we did that. Like, what the heck are those foreigners talking about?
Yeah, it's like maybe they're just Red Bull representatives not wanting to talk about the Hot Six. Well,
Oh,
we're
boy.
allowed to. Dang it.
This is true. Oh,
That's a minion.
yep, not
But
quite.
Asper found that minion.
But it was a good amount of damage as well on the tower.
Uh-huh.
So, solid, at least for Spear Gaming, trying to chunk that down and equalize the turret count.
Preseeker has sought Carrier out. Found him in his gigantic safe door.
Talking about counts, by the way, you know, 2 dragons here
Yeah.
for Spear. Dragon
that's
X in the name, but kind of bad at picking up dragons.
Well, I mean, you can find the value for X, you know, if we're going back to our mathematics conversation from, I believe, yesterday. Yeah, the value of X is currently 0.
Yep.
Yeah. And wanting to really increase that one up to 1. It's not like Death's in a KDA, you know, you want that one to be defined.
Well,
But
they
they're
can
going to have
try
to wait
again.
a couple of minutes, yeah.
Yeah, 220. And then we'll see these teams, fight over the Mountain Drake, perhaps. Don't want a team getting up to 3 dragons. That would be very ill-advised, I would say, for Dragon X to do.
Yep, we're going to be able to get our first Ornn item very soon also. I believe it'll be the Infernal Mask. Or like the Abyssal Gas Mask or something. It's a cooler mask than the Abyssal Mask, alright? It's just a better one. He's going to be able to put that together relatively soon. Doran just moving out of the way of Asper, but of course he's got the riposte just in case he runs into any issues. It's Deft that really has to be careful because he's the one that doesn't have too many other options. Chovy moves towards the top side. Yeah, you don't want to put Chovy in the death realm. That'd just take way too long.
Yeah, I don't think that would accomplish a whole lot, but Chovy
He's
beating
doing
the
some
crap
work.
out of you will accomplish quite a bit. Ornhorn going to be coming through, but he's not able to bounce that one back. Now the grass going to be coming in. Drags him further away from up top from Kyria, however. Looking to interrupt, but seems like the call to abandon the fight will go through.
Yeah, that was Destroy just saying, no, wait, I am the champ that does damage. Like I should be able to win this one, and then eventually got his passive up, got his Conqueror working, and just shows incredibly how powerful Conqueror is in the hands of a melee user on this particular patch, especially when it's Mordekaiser who can stack up that Iron Man shield and press his W and things like that. So not too bad. He's still behind by about 21 CS in comparison to his opposite number in the Fiora, who's just gone back and grabbed himself a Ravenous Hydra. It's going to really increase that sustain despite the Bramble Vest that Destroy has put together. He's going for his Proto Belt to come in next and wanting to get around just a little bit easier. I, in fact, thought as soon as Proto Belt was released, Mordekaiser item.
Really?
He's never had any mobility, and they released an item that had a dash, and I was so excited. I was about to update my Season 4 TSM Mordekaiser guide, but I didn't. Felt like that time had passed. As we've got our first Ornn item completed. Thankfully, as I am an analyst today, I got it right. It was, in fact, the Infernal Gas Mask, the Abyssal Good Mask, the better Abyssal Mask. Yeah, that one. What's going to be coming in? Putting his Iceborne Gauntlet together after this is Chovy. As
Yes,
Dragon
here we
X
go.
looking to increase that X equation to an =1. As the Mountain Drake is going to be pulled out.
Well, TP straight into the center. They'll go ahead and part away from the Blitz Hook. Not going to be able to find anything
Destroy.
instantly. That's going to be the Exhaust coming through, looking to stack up those stuns onto the Destroy. Unable to do so. Dragon going lower and lower. That's going to be tunneling out, coming through from Winter as a Dragon. continues to fall, but he's back into the pit. Now he's going to be looking for it as Pyosik will go down. Smite comes through. The Mountain Drake goes over to Spear Gaming. And so far, they're only able to find one kill as Jaguar has been killed off, but now Deft is gone. Chovy going lower, down below half HP. Doran going to try to turn this one on its head. Destroy, sliver of HP remaining. Doran will be able to find the kill, but the leap forward, Winter comes up with it. And that is going to be the ace coming through now. Spear Gaming, 7-4 on the back end, and they have the third dragon.
And what are Dragon X doing, Achilleos? It was a disaster. Mucking around in this pit, they managed to avoid the first rocket grab, and then it felt like Destroy had made a whoopsie, but all grouping up and taking so much damage. And in the end, it felt like Destroy was just wandering around doing however much damage to anyone that he would like. And Deft taken out of the fight with the Death Realm, and Doran, of course, chasing after this Kai'Sa, was just nowhere to be seen as this fight was going on. There just wasn't enough damage left over. And as soon as Deft comes out of the Death Realm, he realizes that there's a man disadvantage and Justin Orn there to help him out, who just didn't have the damage available to help him. This Dragon X squad, not necessarily the well-oiled machine that we may have expected for their second match of the Kesper Cup.
Oh me, oh my. This is...
And we're one dragon away from Dragon Soul for Spear Gaming as well.
Yeah. This is a very dangerous spot here for Dragon X to be in. So now down by 3 kills. The gold's pretty much even, but the Dragons are the big problem here. Dragon X had that gold lead going into the fight. Now they lose it. So when it comes to that next fight, which we can anticipate will be in about 3 minutes when that Mountain Drake does spawn, or perhaps around the Baron in 45 seconds, that it could be even more concise for the side of Spear Gaming.
Yeah, we've got Shirley. Got a little bit angry as she got poked by a Void Seeker, as now Spear Gaming thinking about taking her down in the couple of minutes. No, they don't have enough time to kill her. And so it will be Baron and Shirley will just go home unkilled this game.
Has to
make way for her dad or her... I don't know what the relation is between Baron and Rift Herald.
They might be adopted.
Maybe. So I guess still dad then.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. Double on item upgrades here for Chovy. Completed. Next one should go over to Deft, as he'll have Blade of the Really Ruined King coming in next. Most likely, unless we wait until the Infernal Edge, or the Infinity Edge upgrade, whatever that's called. I think it's Infernal Edge. There were already enough items to remember the names of, okay, Achilleos?
Yeah. There was enough items to remember the names of in Season 3.
Yeah, that's true. And now we've got Umbral Glaive. And did you notice yesterday that a Nocturne, whose passive is called Umbra Blades, built an Umbral Glaive? Are you kidding me?
I was listening when you had this revelation.
I'm still upset, as you can hear.
I'm sure Vedius was quite happy.
Yeah, well...
Watching from Korea, in all likelihood.
Yeah, it's not Vedius' fault, of course, that Umbral Glaive came out. But, and I was always a fan of the Umbra Blades. I thought it was a cool name for a cool passive, you know? But now there's an item with a very similar sounding name, and it's difficult to understand. As now, Deft getting some autos on this outer turret in the mid lane, but as Jaguar and Winter turn up, it is going to force Dragon X to give them some space. The gold lead is non-existent, but those dragons that you were talking about certainly could start being a problem, especially if we start stacking these mountains. It will mean that Spear, who already have a fair bit of damage built up in this roster, will have some tankiness and survivability as well. And I have this conversation a whole lot when I'm talking about Mordekaiser. It was more relevant before the rework, or before the second rework. Something like that. There's been a lot of Mordekaiser reworks. Sure. However, it was more relevant before the rework, but it does have, as far as effective health pool is concerned, it's almost more helpful for a Mordekaiser because you do have that shield by pressing your W, and you do get extra health back based on how much damage you're able to take. So certainly does get a little bit of extra value from the Mountain Drake on the Mordekaiser side, but to truly understand it, we'll need to have a conversation about how armor calculations and MR and health works.
Well, already TP going to be used by Chasey to get over towards the mid lane. Hook going in, but not quite going to connect. Ornhorn will be coming through, but that is not going to hit anything either. Up and the Glacial Fissure will manage to find just one, but it's in full disengage mode now for Dragon X's Deft. What was that?
He just needed to show some solidarity to the rest of his team.
Okay, well.
As we are missing everything.
Yeah, flash away there by Kyria, avoiding the next hook. Jaguar, in the meantime, is just going to be chunking away at this tower in the mid lane. Dragon is going to be started up by Dragon X. Down to half HP. Winter over the wall. Can he find another one? Comes in, and he will take it away. That is the Dragon Soul going over to Spear Gaming, but the first kill does come through, as we will see Asper fall. However, double kill will come out. Winter is absolutely devastating the lineup. A triple kill now for Winter. Going to be looking for a little bit more. Still rather healthy. Takes the tunnel out, however, not looking to tussle with Doran, and Chovy will abandon the fight, but now we're 10-7. Dragon Soul there for Spear Gaming.
Yep, they've got the Mountain Soul on their back, so that extra shield that you can see, it's like everyone gets themselves a Bloodthirster. Of course, that's sort of more close to what the Ocean Soul does. But still, get that overshield on the Mountain Drake side. And yeah, triple kills traded in that fight, so Doran sort of went ballistic on the Dragon X side of things. But look at this. One person was hit by one of the ultimates that Dragon X threw out, and there were three ultimates thrown, two of them being AoE ultimates.
Yeah.
And one person was hit.
Reminding me of my old solo queue games when I was playing for the East Coast.
Yeah, it reminded me of old Varus as well. Remember when like all the pro players tried to play him the first time and no one could hit his ult? I think it was Yellow Pete who was like the first one to actually land an ultimate on Varus back in the day, but I am showing my age just a little bit. As this was in fact Doran on one front, and then Winter on the other, just getting into the backline and destroying for both of these players. And of course, Winter realizing that he can't really go against Chovy, who does have quite a few tanky items.
Well, this is a lot messier than we were anticipating, I guess we could say. 400 gold, all that's separating them on that front. Dragon X at least have that reprieve because of the second tower kill coming in, but otherwise 10-7. Ornhorn going to be coming through, manages to get the pop up onto Chasey. They try to get a little bit of damage there onto Winter, but it doesn't do much.
That's not the target that you want, my friend.
Yeah, they get the hook in onto Chovy, and he'll walk away relatively okay.
All right, so Destroyer's on the bottom side of the map. Doran doesn't have a reliable way of stopping a teleport, but right now he's just focusing on the turret.
Yeah, he also doesn't have a minion wave, so he's taking some free damage there. Speaking of minion waves, crashing in here to mid, we'll be able to take down that tower. So again, going to be equalizing the turret count and slightly taking the gold lead for Spear Gaming. Now looking to go ahead and net themselves a second one. There's really nothing that they can do. Chovy was clearing out top. He doesn't have the TP, so they kind of just have to sacrifice the inner tower.
Yep,
and
really
Spear.
clean positioning here for Spear, just forcing Dragon X the long way around. Couldn't defend their turrets, so just slight mismanagement of the minion wave in the mid lane led to two turrets easily being taken by this Dragon Soul squad. I do want to avert your attention to these Ornn items and to the gold at the top of your screen. Right now you're seeing a 500 gold lead to Spear. As far as effective item value is concerned, it is still about a 3.5 thousand gold lead to Dragon X. That's just the raw stats generally that you get by upgrading an item with Ornn's passive. His Forge is pretty strong, generally adds about 1,000 gold worth of stats to your item.
Fair play. So still in an alright spot. Doran, the most valuable here on the side of Dragon X right now, only one with a bounty of 500 gold, trying to catch up to Winter. Yep. With that 600. I mean, that is a major cash out. If they can find a kill onto Winter and hand that over to either Deft or Doran, it'd be a really big boon for Dragon X to try and re-secure a lead here in this game. But right now, it is very much in the hands of Spear. They're kind of just biding their time because that Elder's coming up in just over 2 minutes.
Yeah, and it's going to be such an early Elder. It's so strange talking about Elder Drake pre-30 minutes.
Yeah.
And of course, it used to be only after 35, but now as soon as Dragon Soul comes in, no more regular Drakes. That's just how it goes. Good night. And I feel like it's probably more common to see extra Drakes rather than the early Elder, but if you have a team that's just been so good at taking down the Drakes, like Spear are, utilizing the Death Realm very, very well in order to do so every single time, zoning that one away is Carrier. Gonna get locked.
That's gonna be the Rocket Punch, but he is a Braum.
Yeah, stands behind Deft.
Yep. but kind of in front of him.
Yeah, sort of stood behind with the ability, but stood in front in reality. Sometimes that's how
it's a matter of perspective.
Yeah,
it's a 360 wise. Like he's always behind him from some angle.
Hey, that's true. It all just depends on your perspective.
Yeah. There you go.
Beautiful.
Well, Doran does a lot of damage to towers at least. So Triforce helping him out quite a bit, nearly taking down that inner bot turret. Vision control going to be coming through now for Dragon X around the Baron pit, just ensuring that Spear can't get away with any sneaky plays around one of these objectives, but they know that the big one is coming up now. 55 seconds out from that Elder Dragon. Absolutely need to stop Spear in their tracks at that objective.
And Spear still have so much vision available around this Baron, so they can afford to bring Winter down here and pay a bit of a visit, see whether Doran is going to get caught napping, but he has that control ward down there, and Winter isn't even able to clear that one out before deciding that he's going to back away. 30 seconds, like you were talking about. The timer on the Elder Drake is going to be a very important one to keep your eye on, because if this is going to be another Death Realm into Smite completion, then that should mean an ensuing team fight is not as even as the last one was.
Yeah.
As this game is still extraordinarily close, it's just that Dragon Soul that's skewing things alongside the Ornn item. So as far as working out exactly the valuation of the amount of stats that both of these teams have, it's just not quite as simple as looking at the gold at the top of your screen, which is right now neck and neck.
Yeah. But this fight is going to be the most pivotal one, as the Ornhorn will come through with the Glacial Fissure, get the knock up into the back. These dogs coming down onto the Syndra, making sure that ult does absolutely nothing from Chasey. 3-man knock-up going to be coming through. Asper barely making it into the Golden State, but Doran is the first one to fall. Pyosik now alone in the back, low on HP. Carry out manages to find one. They get rid of Destroy. Deft is alive, but he's going lower and lower, and Winter will finish him off.
Oh,
that's going to be
so close.
The 3 for 2 here in favor again of Spear Gaming, but HP bars dangerously low. Asper with a sliver. They're going to have to pull back.
Yeah, not actually going to go for that Elder Drake. As you were talking about, Winter did survive, but still.
Winter comes over the wall, going to get popped up. TP going to be coming through now. Chasey going to be rejoining into the fight. Winter falling lower and lower. Kiria trying to survive, will be able to flash away. Gold in there for Winter, trying to stay in the fight, but Chovy breathes him down. Now gets a slow here on the Chasey, who's just trying desperately to kill off the Braum, but cannot do a damn thing right now, it would seem. The knockup comes through. Chovy trying to turn this back around and breathes away the hook. Now will go Golden himself. Sun's coming through, interrupted. Orbs dropping down. Chasey so low, unleashes the power. And the Ornhorn, it takes him down. Chovy, it doesn't matter what pick you give this man. He is an absolute god. Flashes away, sliver of HP remaining. Has to get the hell out of dodge. But Chovy, what was that, man? Good lord.
I have absolutely no idea, but it's given Dragon X time for everyone to respawn and now start off this Elder Drake.
TP!
And Winter is all the way back in base. This will not be that Death Realm option because Destroy has it still on cooldown after using it on Deft. Elder Drake is taken. Dragon X now going to move towards the Baron pit. And remember, Elder Drake is busted.
Yes.
Completely busted.
Unbelievable performance from Chovy. This looked catastrophic for Dragon X.
Oh my, it looked so bad. And look at this, Deft misses the Q, which is why Chasey was available for that 3 versus 2 towards the end. This was Deft doing much better against Destroy, right? Carrier comes down, actually steals away the kill after all of the work, but the really fed Rek'Sai is very good at killing 80 carries, and Winter makes short work of him. And now you're thinking, oh, it's time for the Elder Drake. That replay, by the way, goes for another 70 minutes, but we're not going to be able to show it here because there's a Baron that's falling down with 1.5 minutes left on that Elder Drake. And finally, Dragon X have decided that winning would be a good idea.
Yeah.
Off the back of this Ornn that seems impossible to take damage. He just can't take damage. He doesn't know how to do that. Sometimes you just have to laugh because that last fight was so silly.
Yeah, that's exactly the word that I was going to use. Oh my goodness.
Oh,
Chovy, how? How does he do this?
Well, it's now going to be even worse because not only does he have the Warmogs complete, but he's also got the Gargoyle's Stoneplate, meaning that once he's out of cooldowns, he presses that button and then he just continues to take even less damage. As Doran towards the bottom side. Yeah, I actually think 3 people backing is a good idea against a Baron and Elder Drake Fiora. Probably wait the 50 seconds for that Elder Drake to fall off.
Yeah.
Very close to picking up his Guardian Angel, but that is a Quadra Force that he's completed. That's my attempted name for it.
Very good.
Yeah. Don't know whether I like it, but that's what I went for at that particular point in time. Destroy doesn't find the Death's Grasp as Chovy is, you know, you can't affect him with damage anyway. Being damage immune is pretty cool, isn't it? In League of Legends. Chovy with 4,000 health, just patrolling this area, waiting for the rest of his team to complete this push in. But you can see that the control of the minion waves is certainly there here for Spear Gaming. Chasey with the wave clear alongside Jaguar, so a little bit difficult for Dragon X to siege, but Doran here splitting. Should be able to get some work done. Top lane hasn't really been kept in order for Dragon X.
Oh my goodness, the damage from Doran now.
Yeah, this is getting real painful, but now they have waited out successfully this Elder Drake.
Hook in, but again, Connects onto Chovy, so he'll just go ahead and charge his way back out.
If you see a hook onto Chovy, there's no need to get excited. He's just going to walk away.
Well, that or you need to run away, yeah, apparently.
That's true.
Because he'll just... I almost said something bad that I'm not allowed to say.
Yeah, he actually takes hooks on purpose because he can bellows breath if he wants to, but sometimes he wants the gap close and sometimes he wants to blow the on-horn.
Yeah. Just goes ahead, uses that one, doesn't find any connection, but it doesn't matter, buys him a bit of space, and that leads to the tower going down. So now there's an exposed mid inhibitor here. Poor Spear Gaming, who have completely had their life turned to flip upside down.
It looks like they have no idea what to do with Chovy in the front lane. They're like, what? But what do we do about it? Like, how do we fix this? Death Realm onto Pyosik might be the answer.
Throws that one out, looking to try to get that kill. Kick will be coming through, though, isolating Destroy a bit, but JC managed to find the kill. It's going to be Lee Sin taken out of the fight. Going lower and lower is Destroy, but he's still managing to stay alive. Doran, however, is looking to turn things back around, and they will be able to find 2 kills for Deft. Now a third as he finishes off the Mordekaiser. Winter just going to be standing by with the Guardian Angel as the rest of Dragon X will collapse on top of the Rek'Sai. He's taking him for a bit of a ride, but the GA will get popped. And now already you can see the support pings coming through into the mid lane as these guys take a nice little dance over top of his corpse. Chovy keeping it going.
And not even plays
a smirk on this
boy's
face right now. I'm looking at him in the booth. He's not even smiling as he does this. He takes no joy.
In blowing
but they
his own
will
horn,
take the win here in
dancing.
game 1. The second time